That's why ultimately I named my book Where Cowards Go to Die, because the synopsis is like I had to come to this realization that I could stay stuck where I was, never talk about what I've been through, let it eat me from the inside, never deal with the past, be an angry, parent or a husband, or, he's just in this stage of struggle
Mm-hmm.
and, for forever. And I was like, that's a coward's way out. Like
Mm-hmm.
me knowing I should get better and I don't do anything about it. That's in its simplest form is cowardice. And then I realized on the flip side that if I wanted to take courageous, proactive steps and get better, that the coward that lived in my heart would have to die. And so either way, like a coward was going to die. I
Mm-hmm.
would either die as a coward or I was going to kill that inner cowardice. And so that's,
Wow.
it kind of became the synopsis for the end of my book. It's like, I had to realize like I was operating in cowardice so many times in my life, whether that was not wanting to go to war initially, like what I talked about, or, not wanting to get better.
Mm-hmm.
And I just realized like, as is true in most things in life, if you want to get busy getting better, then in some way, shape, or form, there's going to be a form of cowardice that dies, or you're going to die a coward. So, and that's really where I began to put in the work, because I realized I wasn't being brave and courageous. Everybody would look at me and be like, "Oh, look at all these awards. You're brave. You're a war hero, or whatever." And inside, I felt like a fraud. So,
Wow. Wow. This I think this is such a great example of how important it is to be responsible with your role within society, regardless of what you're involved with. But that's such a profound way to just express it to the society.
it's one I use now a lot. Like, I mean, you don't have to apply it to the military.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're lonely, there's nothing brave about you staying lonely. Like, what
absolutely.
you're going to
Yeah.
have to do is you're going to have to get courageous and go to environments with people you don't know to make friends, and it may or may not work out, and there's risk involved.
Yeah.
But you're either going to die lonely and a coward, or you're going to have to kill that inner cowardice, develop those friendships. And that's what we're seeing a lot in society anymore, is like people are either buried in an asynchronistic digital world that where they're not experiencing that connection, or they're going, "Oh, I have all these issues." And I go, there's nothing brave about you staying stuck where you are, man. Like, what do you want to be brave, or do you want to die a coward? Like,
Yeah.
that's where you're at.